I'm president of this Fakakta organization known as the New York Financial Writers. We were started 50 years ago, but somehow this is the 38th annual Follies. They picked me to be president because I'm the only one who can remember when we got started. I wasn't around then, though. At any rate, in the old days, this was called the annual feast of scribes and Pharisees. And I think we still have the Pharisees here. I'm not sure whether we have many writers. When we get started with the show tonight, you're going to see a mixture of some of the best skits of old and some of the newer skits. The new ones, of course, can't be beat because you guys know what's going on these days. But we also had some very good old ones, and you'll see them both. Before we get started with the show, I would like to make the annual Elliott Bell Award. Elliott Bell was one of the founders, and it's given every year to a writer who has given long service to the profession and to the association. And this year we chose Mike Candell. We couldn't think of anyone more deserving this year. Myron was responsible for most of the 50th anniversary celebration, the concept, and carrying it out. Mike was also a founder of cable television news. He has developed cable news, video news, more than anyone else I know of, and that's saying a lot. And I also want to say, Mike started as a copy boy, worked his way up, was a financial editor of 3 different newspapers, so he has good credentials before he went into electronics. At any rate, Mike, it's really a pleasure to give you the Elliott Bell Award. Say a few words.
Thank you, Ben. Just to prove that even great journalists like Ben Weberman need editing, the name then is Cable News Network.
Did I say that?
But this is a especially nice occasion on which to receive any kind of award. It is going to be a rather frivolous occasion, though, and so it occurred to some of us that we need a note of sobriety. And so I've been asked to deliver the Sylvia Porter Memorial Lecture. Now, that's an inside joke for those who've been around at least 10 years or so. But I may cut it substantially from the length of Sylvia's comments here on this stage. A few things I would like to say. And one is, it's particularly gratifying to receive an award like this, an award from one's peers, not some highfalutin group of judges that may or may not know what they're awarding, but those of the people who work with you and who know the business and have been around for a while. That's why I'm particularly honored to receive this award. And I would like to point out, as Ben indicated, I've been in this business a long time, starting as a copy boy in the Times. Some of the people I ran copy for are here tonight. Yes, there are some of them still alive. And some others who ran copy with me and with whom I worked over the years. And one thing I learned, that this is a business, particularly the business of journalism, even financial journalism, which so often deals with figures, is really a business of people. And the profession of journalism is one of people. Over the years, I've been fortunate enough to work with some of the best in the business, and not only those with the big bylines and the big names, but those who worked in the vineyard. And I've been able to learn from them, and I'm happy to say that I think I'm still learning from some of those people that I'm working with today. There are many people out here in this audience tonight with whom I've worked over the last 37 years. and it's been my fortune to do so. There's one special person that I must mention, however, and somebody who is supportive and has been supportive for many of those years, most of those years. In fact, a lady who was able to withstand the piles of newspapers, the piles of research material, the late hours, and that's my wife, Thelma. She's been able to stay married to me for 34 years, so maybe she really deserves the award. A final concluding, those who know her are applauding. A final concluding note, this is a business that's come under some criticism over the years, in recent years perhaps more than most, but I have to say from my vantage point of having worked in print, having worked in television, and all kinds of media and all kinds of publications, that those of us who are here, those in the press and those in other areas of communications, are among the best anywhere. And it's been my pleasure to work with you all over the years. And thanks again for this award.
Let me tell you, it's an honor. It's an honor to have a peer like Mike get this award. It's an honor to all those who received it before. Let me just add, before we leave, one of the innovations this year is the screens. I'd like to ask the people in the back, can you see all right? Well, we'll find out. If not, we'll move them back further. Also, the association, just in passing, I'd like to mention, we not only give out the award to a good journalist, we give out a number of scholarships to financial journalism students. We have an annual financial journalism seminar for students, and I don't know what else I forgot, but we do lots of good things. At any rate, this is going to be our 50th show. It's the biggest and the best ever. Maestro, on with the show. They're having a fire at the Hotel Astor, where they sold me or stuck me for 2 tickets for $60. So I don't have to go, and we're saving some money. In the meantime, let's get down to the important business of the day. Kiddies, this is your mayor, Fiorello LaGuardia, in case you don't know it. And the newspapers are on strike. It's Friday, November 18th, 1938, and since they're all on strike, I'm going to read the Sunday Financial Funnies to you. Hold on. Don't rush out and go to your discount broker. They're all closed. The markets are closed. You can't gain any advantage. Let's see. Oh, Dick Tracy is on the cover. And there's Terry and the Pirates and the other insiders undercover. I know you're waiting to hear me read Little Orphan Annie. You children know all about widows and orphans. You've got to know your customer, right? So you can take their money. Well, oh my, seems Daddy Warbucks has sold everyone's eyeballs to meet a margin call. Oh no, Sandy's being sent by the WPA to an animal recovery farm. That's right, he's barking their melody. Arf! Arf. Well, Annie's not worried. She says there'll always be a tomorrow. What will tomorrow bring? Well, we'll see what's in the Financial Funnies on November 18th, 1988. Gotta go.
It's a great night for the writers. It's a great night for the press. And we are so delighted you're invited. 'Cause Monday morning you may be indicted. You have floated and promoted. Now you're bloated and you're tight. You can grin or you can growl, but tonight's our night to howl. It's a great, great night. It's a great night for the writers. It's a great night for the press. And we are so delighted you're invited. 'Cause Monday morning you may be indicted. You have floated and promoted. Now you're bloated and you're tight. You can grin or you can growl, but tonight's our night to howl. It's a great, great night.
Another 12 months have come and went. The invitations, they all were sent. Your books are juggled, you made your dough.
Another opening of a Folly show.
Another climbing big 5-0 to skew a Chrysler or General Mo. A chance for us hags to say go blow.
Another opening of a Folly show.
10 weeks we come in and get drunk. 4 weeks Sam was stealing a farm. Last week the director went mad.
For 175 folks, you've all been had.
Curtains up and the footlight shine. Your heart's so fluttered, don't muff that line. So break a leg and away we go.
Another opening of a Folly show. Drunk 4 weeks and we're still in a funk. Last week the director went mad. For 175 folks, you've all been had. Curtains up and the footlight shine. Your heart's a flutter, don't muff that line. So break a leg and away we go. Another opening, just another opening of another great night for the writers. And a happy birthday, Folly Show.
financial writer for 2,050 years?
You bet your bippy, baby. I'm so old, my calculator has still got Roman numerals on it. That's how old I am.
Well, you know, the New York Financial Writers is pretty old, too. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary this year.
50 years? You call that old?
Yeah.
I got dandruff that's older than that. I got belly button lint that's older than that. I got jockey shorts that's older than that.
Yeah, I can tell that you do. But let's get back to what the markets were like 2,050 years ago.
Okay.
Tell me, did you have stock exchanges in those days?
Well, not exactly stock exchanges. You see, in those days, we used to trade rocks. We didn't trade stocks. We had the New York Rock Exchange. We had the American Rock Exchange.
Just two?
No, we had regional exchanges, too. We had the Little Rock Exchange in Arkansas. We had, for the big players, we had the Boulder Exchange. We had the White Rock Exchange. Don't forget the White Rock Exchange. It used to bubble over a lot, but that's how they were able to finance the Whitestone Bridge, with the White Rock Exchange. And then there was the Black Rock Exchange. The Black Rock Exchange was run by a guy named Larry Tish, I don't know. Anyhow, he had this plan. He called it Come Buy Some. It was called CBS. Well, he sold everything they had, everything he had. He took all his rocks and he put it in the rock bank. And every day he would go and look at the rock bank. Sometimes he would put rocks on, and sometimes he would go just to get his rocks off.
He sounds like quite a guy. But tell me, back then, did you have hostile takeovers?
Oh, baby, did we have hostile takeovers? I'm telling you, we had really hostile takeovers. Well, you know, you guys now, you send down a couple of sissy lawyers with a Gucci bag. We don't do that. When we had hostile takeovers, we used to hire the Huns and the Vandals, and they would get big rocks, and they go and they hit the management over the head. We called that skull restructuring. Okay?
What if it didn't work?
Well, if that didn't work, we used to send in the Lions. The Lions would eat the board of directors. That always worked.
Wow. But tell me, what about insider trading? Did that go on back then?
I'm glad you mentioned it, lady. Insider trading was started by the Romans. There was this big player, his name was Pincus Rectus. And he was a big player. Believe me, he was big.
How big was he?
Oh, he was so big. He used to trade in the double X's and the triple L's and the double C's. I mean, this was a big, big player. But what happened was one day they discovered that he had one of his rock rollers who had a pipeline into the Federal Rock Exchange. And he knew what was going on before they did. So you can imagine when the word got out, all the hoo-ha in Rome, every Roman was saying,
Stone Pincus Rectus?
no, Pincus fucked us.
Think of me fondly when you're on a high. Remember me once in a while when you make a goodbye. And someday when profits rise again, your mood will be fancy and free. If you ever find a moment, stop and think of me.
The billion-dollar U.S. criminal justice system was faced with a nightmare in the early 1980s. A lack of cases created empty courtrooms, threatened the livelihood of judges and wardens. But thanks to high-risk funding provided by Drexel Burnham These people are working again, and court dockets are full, proving that innovative thinking is good not just for business, but for everyone. Drexel Burnham, financing America's future.
Okay. Commercial's over. Who'll take $800 million worth of 12.5% converted, refundable, adjustable warrants?
I will, Mike Milken.
Thanks, Rupert. I knew I could depend on you. You know, I've got so many deals going, I had to think of some way to keep all those debentures flowing through the Drexel Burnham network. So, you know how I always say that finance is an art form? Well, here's what I mean. It's a simple little system, keeps our network all in hand. To great artist names we list them, with our clients cross the land, and the debt rolls on forever, while we issue more and more. And to think that no one ever thought of it before. Ladies and gentlemen, look at your notes. What is Mondrian?
MCI.
Who's Botticelli?
Beatrice.
Who's Toulouse-Lautrec?
Triangle.
What is Mondrian?
Mondrian is MCI.
Who is Botticelli?
Botticelli is Beatrice.
Who is Toulouse-Lautrec?
Toulouse-Lautrec is Triangle.
That is correct. Turn the page. What is Jericho? Who is George Surratt?
Safeway stores.
Who's El Greco?
Golden Nuggets.
What is Jericho?
Jericho is GAF.
Who is George Surratt? Who's El Greco?
El Greco is Golden Nugget.
That is correct. Turn the page. It's a simple little system. Now we know what it's about. When one of us is trouble, someone else must bail him out. Just remember, Drexel members, certain words are now defunct. And the one that you must never, ever say to me is junk. We'll be rich, we'll be rich, we'll be rich. Berenice's Womeco, Poseidon is Coastal Talk, Fragonard is first exec, Leonardo's Rorama, Mark Chagall is Meshulam, of course is Rick Delacroix is Unira. Everybody, all together now. What is Mondrian MCI? Who's Botticelli, Beatrice? Who's Toulouse-Lautrec, Triangle? And Jackson Pollock is Colbert Gravis. What's Picasso? Who's Picasso? Oh, what a system!
Where's the curtain? Why did they close the curtain?
My God, you're alive?
Yeah, ain't it amazing what that Iacocca can do? Put new life into this old pile of copper. Now, I get respect, but you might as well kiss the buck, good boy. The sadness and the sorrow, it ain't what it used to be. But I can't forget what the dollar was, what the dollar was. Look, the yen is high, the mark is flying skyward, and traders all like gold. But I can't forget what the dollar was, what the dollar was. Down, how the dollar's down. Even Swiss francs climb. How's that for a calm down? Kiss the buck, good boy, and pray for its tomorrow. Wish it luck, it needs so much. Can't forget, won't forget what the dollar was, what the dollar was, what the dollar was.
Hey, would you like to have some inside information on Wall Street? Do you have a good rumor to spread? Or are you a broker praying someone will talk to you on the phone? Then you should call the Wall Street Party Line. And then you can have information about what's going on Wall Street.
Or share personal bankruptcy stories?
Or learn of a good lawyer to help defend you against Rudy Giuliani.
Hey, you may even be able to call on company time.
So pick up the phone and dial 1-900-999-FRAUD for the Wall Street Party Line.
Your 24-hour connection.
Shit, where's the light?
And now, another rank production from the studios of 20th Century Fox, The Fairy Godfather.
Vigio Monte Chase Manhattan, Spiro David Rockefeller, Nuterakni Darul Zanuk, 6% for Napola. Join the lovely Cosa Nostra, beat the Income Taxes Bureau. Nothing sets my heart a beating like the guns of Provolone. Now we hear that Hoover's hunting. Tender offers he is searching. D'asta terra dell'amore on your income tax return. Hey, big shot, goodbye. Shut your mouth, Bonanno. Shut your mouth, or you must die.
Hey, Capo, Cuesta de la Blanca Tie audience.
Esto Nueva York financial writer. Della Biguilla. Della Wall Street. Della Washington.
Oh, bigger the shots, eh? Hey, quanto costa ticket admission?
Esto $65 a head.
Mamma mia, un grande ticket. Cuesta de las stupid faces.
Esto public relations man.
Public relations man, machine gun of the bastards. Hey, Capo, Cuesta de la bigger movie house.
Esto 20th Century Fox.
Hey, it's a bigger business. Hey, Cuesta, the bigger the boss at 20th Century Fox.
Senor Don Daryl Zanuck.
Hey, Pistola.
What is your wish, my most eminent gracious Don?
Machina gun Daryl Zanuck and La Bonza. Resultamente, El Donna Godfather, he's the bigger the boss at 20th Century Fox.
Donna Godfather.
Speak of my shrewd Jewish lawyer from Notre Dame.
Don't be a machine gun of Daryl Zanuck.
Perché?
In the first place, machine gun make a bigger mess, right? Yeah. On the second place, he can, with a tender offer, we're taking over the guns of Mashiach, right? Yeah. And third,
Silencio! Silencio! Che cosa tender offer? Quanto costa mio controllo?
5 milioni.
5 milioni dollars! Non possesso 5 milioni dollars.
Don't worry, you go to Chase Manhattan Bank. We borrowed $5 million, 12% discounted.
12% discounted a fund to Chase Manhattan Bank. El Grande Luna Shark.
Yo, Machine Gun David Rockefeller.
Oh, no, I got a better the idea. Make it a tender offer for Chase Manhattan Bank, control of Chase Manhattan Bank, control of Daryl Zanuck, control of David Rockefeller. Hey, they make in a tender offer, I borrow the money at 2%, a control of 20th Century Fox.
Viva Don Godfather! Think the world is made from mafioso.
And so do I. And so do I.
They think the world is made for Casa Nostro.
So do I. And so do I.
We love to spend our time scheming.
Some clever crime.
And to pull a job that sends the headlights screaming.
Oh, from time to time.
Rackets everywhere. Conning in your hair.
But though and that you know that they want more and more and more, crime is everywhere.
And even a touch is bully bear.
Hijacks really pay. On turnpikes, highways, and more in JFK.
Mad, it's twice as bad. Crime is in your feet.
Just like it is on a Wall Street.
Crime is on your feet, just like it is on Wall Street.
That's kind of like that.
Oh, that's all right, sweetheart. It's better to come late than not come at all.
Wait a minute. You're not the same 2,050-year-old financial writer.
No, no, no. He's an imposter. He sells mutual funds. I'm the real thing.
I'll bet you know more about the big board than any mortal alive or in prison.
That's a fact.
I'll bet you were there when they signed the Buttonwood Agreement of 1792. Tell me, what were some of the earliest brokerage firms?
Picture. It started with the Romans in 50 BC.
50 BC?
That's right, 50 BC. 50 years before commissions. There were some big brokerage firms around then. I think the biggest was Marino, Linguini, Pizza, Faccia Bruta, and Beans. Another firm was Bocci & Son. They're still on Wall Street.
Bocci & Son?
That's right, Bocci & Son. Everybody knows Harold Bocci. He's a son of a Bocci.
Cute. Tell me, what were some of the earliest stock issues?
The earliest issue traded on the stock exchange was Xerox, the copycats.
But Xerox is a comparatively new company.
No. The original Xerox, the firm that was started by that clouthead called Gutenberg.
Oh. And was it successful?
Tremendous success. He got hold of a salesman called Gideon, and he got the product into every hotel room in the world.
Boy, you really knew all the movers and shakers back then.
That's right.
Tell me, who was the first president of the stock exchange?
I was.
You? But didn't that pose an ethical conflict?
We had no ethics. We left that for the politicians.
Well, who was president after you?
After me was Hack. Hack, that's right. He was a Dutch taxi cab driver.
Tell me, back then, what did a seat on the exchange go for?
10 cents.
10 cents for a seat?
That's right, 10 cents for a seat. You took your dime, you put it into the slot, you closed the door, and you took your seat. The paper, it was free.
Economist. I specialize in frightening views and predications ominous. I've studied all important thought and all the schools eponymous, from Marxian to Keynesian, as well as those anonymous. I postulate my theories with a marvelous lucidity, explaining every aspect of the law of disutility. I have a lot of brilliant views on monetary symmetry, with many cheerful facts about the crisis of liquidity.
With many cheerful facts about the crisis of liquidity. With many cheerful facts about the crisis of liquidity. With many cheerful facts about the crisis of liquidity.
I know precisely how to do a quartile deviation, or to say exactly what the word disintermediation's for. In short, it matters frightening and predications ominous. I am the very model of a modern-day economist.
In short, it matters frightening and predications ominous. He is the very model of a modern-day economist.
I can tell efficient markets from the ever-normal grainery and list a dozen concepts I consider pure chicanery. I have some thoughts on Engels that are positively vehement, with Ripples simply scathing on the tripartite agreement. On Fisher's law, I'm neutral. On Pareto's law, I'm rather cool. I'm sure Kondratiev's wave is an exception to the general rule. To paralleling concepts, I react without hilarity. But I haven't made my mind up yet on secular polarity.
He hasn't made his mind up yet on secular polarity. He hasn't made his mind up yet on secular polarity. He hasn't made his mind up yet on secular polarity.
I've memorized Ricardo's rents and Karl Marx's unpleasantry, and what says law says on supply, and Malthus on the peasantry. In short, it matters frightening, and predications ominous. I am the very model of a modern-day economist.
In short, it matters frightening, and predications ominous. He is the very model of a modern-day economist.
In spite of all my learning, though my grasp of every shibboleth, what really thrills me most of all is scaring people half to death. To go on television with expressions of despondency, and then to watch the market slide into complete insolvency. And when the Times comes out next day, reporting on the dismal fall, to see those big black headlines say, "'Tis Kaufman who has caused it all." How lovely to be famous and to have one's rivals all eclipsed, and make 10 million smackers for predicting the apocalypse.
He makes 10 million smackers for predicting the apocalypse. He makes 10 million smackers for predicting the apocalypse. He makes 10 million smackers for predicting the apocalypse.
And that is why my major aim with media complicity is making absolutely sure that I get full publicity. In short, it matters frightening and predications ominous. You can bet your Apple software that I'll never be anonymous.
In short, it matters frightening and predications ominous. He spends your bottom dollar than modern-day economists.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Financial Follies proudly presents the song. Yes, the song that kept us on our toes for 50 years. Maestro.
Anytime you're down our way, any so-called business day, you'll find us all doing the broad and wall. Every little banker guy with a profit in his eye, you'll find them all doing the broad and wall. If it are worth the doing, you'll get a damned good screwing. If you should find your way there, hey there, pray there. If you should come down our way,
banker guy with a profit in his eye. You'll find them all viewing the Broad and Wall. If you are worth the doing, you'll get a damn good screwing. If you should find your way there, hey there, hooray there. If you should come down our way, wear your tin pants every day, or you will fall doing the Broad End, doing the Broad End, doing the Broad End Wall.
Hi, boys and girls. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a takeover. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a company just like yours. I have always wanted to sit in a boardroom just like yours. So let's make the most of SEC disarray. And since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? I will take you over. Hi, boys and girls. I'm Mr. Icon. And welcome to my neighborhood. I guess you remember the last time you came to visit, and I wanted an airplane. Boys and girls, I got my airplane. But then I found out airplanes need gas. My mommy and daddy, that's right, boys and girls, I had a mommy and daddy. They told me never pay retail. What's that, boys and girls? You have to visit the little room? I'll wait. I understand, boys and girls, but when I do it, it's called going private. Can you say leveraged buyout? Leveraged buyout! You must be managers too. Someday soon, I may come to visit your neighborhood, and we can all sing together. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a takeover. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I will take you over. Would you please, could you please accept my tender offer?
To keep you up to date on the latest developments in the Middle East, we now take you to secret negotiations taking place somewhere, sometime in the Sinai Desert. Premier Golda Meir will speak for Israel. His Royal Highness Sheikh Ouda Hand will speak for Syria, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Libya, Kuwait, Abu Dhabi, Algeria, and Peoria. All aboard?
Golda, where are you?
I'm hiding.
Golda, where are you? I've got a surprise surprise for you.
I'm hiding.
Golda, I'm ready for some peace.
I'm hiding in your tent. Here I am, here I am. Such a surprise.
Oil camels and Cadillacs, and no worry of income tax. You drill a hole into the desert sand, and you have the whole world at your command.
Shaky Bobby, you talk so nice. Arabia sounds like paradise. We'll munch on dates and salami, goat's milk and pastrami forevermore.
I'm taken by what you've sung.
Believe me, I've never flung a camel dung.
So let's go onward together. We'll find better weather forevermore.
Think of me warmly when the Dow doth fly. Remember me, I was your savior, I was in the sky. I always claimed the floor is evergreen, and suckers flock to pay a fee. So if you can still remember, stop and think of me.
U.S. Option Corp. You call, we put. You put, we call. Of course, the office is always open. He's not ready. He's not ready. He's not ready. He's not ready. Because there wasn't enough time.
You want to start? What do you say? Start over?
Where have you been?
What a costume.
Who the hell are you? The new cleaning man?
Who, me? Took so long to get here, I forget who I am. I'm an investor. Particular kind of investor. I'm Don Quixote, the man of the market.
Look sharp, you broads. We have a live one here. So, you're an investor, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, you've come to the right place. We have puts, and we have calls, and we can go either way with a straddle.
That's very nice. But I'm looking for the investment.
The investment?
Yes, the investment. I've searched everywhere. Toronto, Salt Lake City, the big board, the curb, stocks, warrants, the bond market, rights, and I still haven't found the investment.
The investment?
Yes, the investment. That one single solitary outlet for my money that can't go down, that can only go up, rising ever and ever like the sunrise over the battlements of the Federal Reserve Building.
Buddy, I hate to tell you, but that's the impossible dream.
To dream the impossible dream, to find the infallible stock, the share with a carefree tomorrow, the one that will keep me from hock, to buy the unbeatable bond, to find the unfailingest fund, preferred or converted debenture, to watch while the profits go on. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to buy when it's right, without worry or woe, and to willing to sell, and to hell how the market may go. Oh, I know, even if I am true to this glorious quest, in the end, I will only be screwed when I'm laid to my rest. And some jerk will be richer for this, that some jerk stripped right down to his socks, still stride with his last hard-earned dollar to buy some unbeatable stock.
Host Bert Parks for the 50th anniversary Miss America pageant, already in progress.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We come to the talent portion of our pageant. We have 4 lovely finalists who will come out and strut their stuff and then answer a question of great importance. Our first finalist, Miss Speculation, who tells us that she does her best work over the counter and even under the counter. Miss Speculation. Miss Speculation, your question. What advice would you give your son if he wanted to work on Wall Street?
I would discourage him because I would not want him to embrace a life of crime.
Well, it sounds like she knows her business anyway. Won't you tell us about it?
Yeah, gotta have clout. If you wanna knock him out, being greedy gets you that extra yard. So play your trump card, you lout. You gotta have clout if you wanna knock him out. Good intentions don't get championship rings, so power crowns queens, not luck.
Thank you, Miss Speculation. Miss Speculation. Our second finalist is Miss Communication, who makes sure the overnight mail comes on time. Miss Communication. Now, Miss Communication, your question. What would you do to get Wall Street out of the doldrums?
Why, I'd stage a big rock show and I'd call it Stockade.
Very good. And now this young lady is going to perform Segunweisen on a violin, blindfolded and in a rocking chair.
In my grandmother's rocking chair.
Her grandmother's rocking chair. Miss Communication. Miss Communication.
Was I good?
I'll tell you tomorrow morning. Miss Communication. Our third finalist is Miss Transportation, whose specialty is taking people for a ride. Miss Transportation. Lovely, lovely.
Hi, Bert.
Miss Transportation, your question. What would you do if your husband came home and said he was having an affair with another woman?
Play ping pong with his private parts.
Oh, won't you give us your song?
People who flew, people are the gutsiest people in the air. With one pilot, one very nervous pilot, a feeling deep in your mind says Newark he'll never find. Hey, look out for the trees, but please cheer for people who flew people. People who flew people are the gutsiest, craziest, stingiest, schmuckiest people in the air.
Miss Transportation. That was first class, Miss Transportation. Watch that. And now our fourth and last finalist, Miss Information, who is pursuing a career in public relations. Miss Information. You're a big one there, Misinformation. Misinformation, your question. Let's talk about what you pursue. Public relation, that's an exciting career, isn't it? I guess you're going to have to get used to fielding those tough questions from nosy journalists, aren't you?
That's right, Bert.
Well, now let's move right along. Your question, Misinformation. If you become Miss America, would you consort with known felons, or worse still, the mayor of New York?
Is there a difference?
Very good, very good. And now, Misinformation will perform a musical tribute to one of her favorite heroes, who, by the way, is 60 years old tonight. Misinformation.
Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse, forever let us hold our banners high, 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 high. Come along and sing our song and join our jamboree. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E.
Misinformation. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our 4 finalists, and now it's up to the judges. The envelope, please. Oh, my God. It's a tie. Miss Transportation and Misinformation. Are you sure about this, judges? Well, there's only one thing that we can do. We got to leave it up to the audience. With your applause, let's hear it who you're going to pick. First, Miss Transportation. And now, Misinformation. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Miss America.
Hold it, bitch. 6 feet of silicone, huh? Keep a plastic surgeon on retainer.
I won this contest, not you. Get out of here.
And you, what I did for you last night. I don't do that for everybody, you know. How many judges did you sleep with, huh?
One more than you, baby.
And this old dried up pile of saltwater taffy. Rolled around with him a little bit, I bet.
Yeah, twice, and the second time was worse than the first time.
There she is, Miss America. There she is, your big deal. The dream of a million girls who are more than pretty may come true in Atlantic City, for they may turn out to be the queen of femininity. And there she is, Miss America. There she is, your big deal.
never work. The rates go up, and the service goes down the tubes. I guess I'll call up AT&T or NYNEX or New York Bell or Alexander's and find out why I can't get this to work. Get some guy over here right away.
I hear you're having some problems with your phone. I sprinted over as soon as I heard.
You're not a guy. You're a girl.
No shit, Sherlock. No wonder you're a traitor. All the smarts you got. Ma Bell's hired lots of us, Buster. That's just one of the changes taking place around here. Poor service is just another part of the price you people are gonna have to pay when you start messing around with the mother. You know, since they started breaking up the family, we just can't reach out and put the touch on anyone anymore. You know, I wish they'd have left us alone. Don't take my bell away from me and let me set our own strategy. Now all the rules are strange and new. Breaking up is hard to do. AT&T, you set our goals. Supply, demand, we played both roles. Our intercourse, it seems is true. Well, breaking up is hard to do. They say that breaking up is hard to do. We'll take it out on you know, 'cause now we've been disconnected. We've shot at many things, but no one's calling shots like Ma Bell did. We'll wait and see. We'll set the tone. Monopoly seems fine for phones. To hell with Bell, we'll muddle through. Oh, breaking up is hard to do. They say that breaking up is hard to do. Well, we got our wires crossed, oh, it's true. Now, who do we reach out and touch? The end result of antitrust is trust in no one very much. So now your rates, they're gonna start to rise. Oh, it's not our fault, it's MCI's. And Baby Bell, well, screw you too. Oh, breaking up is hard to do. Oh, yeah. Breaking up is so very hard to
Hey guys, you know that feeling you get when you check over stock prices? Sometimes it's only in one spot. Sometimes you feel it all over. Usually it doesn't go away till you get laid, but then it just starts up again the next time you see what's happened to your portfolio. It's a simple problem, something guys in my line have known about for a long time. It's called stock itch.
Oh, I know, most guys don't like to talk about it.
But that's what it is, so you may as well face it. Stock itch usually starts in your groin and then works up to your stomach, and before you know it, you feel like hell all over. Well, you're in luck, because now there's a remedy for stock itch. It's called booze. Doesn't do much for the stock itch, but at least you'll smile while you scratch.
Where did you go, Ronnie?
I forgot. Mommy, I just had a terrible thought. They had a meeting of the ex-president's club and Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford and Jimmy Carter, they were all there, but I wasn't.
Why?
I forgot.
Ron. Media creation, every minute he's awake. Ron.
Media creation, how much more could we take? His aides would never admit that he is a twit.
We know we never were fooled by his load of shit. Ron.
Media creation never even broke a sweat. Important things he would forget.
Teflon. Ron. He's the great communicator.
He's the nation's constipator.
That's Ron.
He comes into a room and you know he's so lovably cute, hardly astute, quite apathetic, pathetic and mute. He gets into a mess, but you know with his effusive wife and loyal staff, he'll get out of it cruising. Can't help it if he's usually snoozing. Loaded with charisma is my foolishly stuttering, ambling Gipper. He shoots right from the lips, but you know you can't tell him a lot, believe him or not. He's the one who's fond of saying, so what? This is what you call bullshit. Oh, shut your trap, can't get enough of him. Love him. He's my lovable Ron, he is one of a kind.
Ron. Media creation, he's the one who gave us Mies. He and Gorbachev made peace. We're set. Yet he's the great communicator.
He's the nation's fornicator.
That's all. That's all. That's all. Ron.
The pledge put me right where I am, and it sent Mike the Greek back to Boston. Amen and Quill will prevail with Nixon, Mies, and Quill. And I'm full of compassion for broads, just a felony for those who seek abortion. My CIA spook will attest, I am your leader, and of that there's no incursion. Above dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. What?
Mr. President, now that you've been elected, what are you going to do about the massive federal deficit? I know you said you will never raise taxes.
I never said that. I said taxis. Read my lips. I said taxis. Taxis are terrible. Pedestrians can't cross the street without getting hit. I said I would never increase taxis.
Mr. President, I don't want to appear disrespectful, but I know you said taxes. In fact, I have a tape of you saying you will never raise taxes.
You have a tape? Well, it's been nice chatting with you. I've got to run now. Taxi! Taxi! You can't get a goddamn taxi when you need one.
Donald, how come you didn't run for president?
Who wants to be president? I'm the owner of New York. Welcome, my friends. Just look around. Donald Trump's condo's the finest in town. Plush on the floors, gilt on the walls, 1 inch of steel plate inside the doors. And around it all, a 20-foot wall. You're freed of fear and need by the man they call owner of New York. I would like to be. I won't stall until it all belongs to me. Hit 'em where they live. Knock 'em on their ass. That's the way you drive away the middle class. If you have $10 million, you could live in royal style. Otherwise, no mercy, off you go to Jersey in a little while. Owner of New York, making it a niche of the rich, by the rich, and for the rich. Tearing down the slums, putting up the walls, telling off that moron down in City Hall. I will buy and I will sell you. That's the point of all my work. Oh, that happy day when they'll be paying me for staying in New York.
Owner of New York, he will surely be. From the upper Bronx down to the Battery. Take it from the poor, sell it to the rich. Robin Hood real estate, but with a switch. Everybody's favorite landlord. Everybody's own tycoon.
Little bits and pieces, I will have your leases very soon. Somebody asked, taking my tour, what if it ends just rich or poor? What if some night, late in the fall, somebody tears down my 20-foot wall? When the angry mob pours in through the breach, no need to look for me, I'll be in Palm Beach.
Damn, owner of New York, total civic pride, just as long as he can be somewhere outside.
It's a nice place to own, really, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Armageddon Day, if you got the bucks.
Just don't take a taxi if you're in a tux. Everybody's favorite rich man, everybody's leasing fee. Proudly I aver it, only I prefer it absentee. Middle income homes, I said that I know, but that big casino soaking up my dough. Still I'm closing in on you. I'll have all 5 boroughs yet before I'm through. When my plan is at completion, I will own the whole kazoo. Name it something pretty such as New Trump City. Petty friends, I'll stick it right to you.
Owner of New York, he will surely be from the upper Bronx down to the Battery. Take it from the poor, sell it to the rich. From the real estate, but with a switch. Everybody's favorite landlord, everybody's own tycoon.
I'll destabilize it, controlize it, and price it to the moon.
I think the mayor's job was great, but God Almighty, then I found this gun of Trump to hate. Mayor of New York ain't a lot of fun. Gotta deal with assholes, and this guy is one. Just because I have a small corruption mess, he thinks that he has me, and I must say yes. Just because my friends are crooked, he thinks I must surely bend. Screw his tax abatements, he's the one who'll take it in the end.
Owner of New York.
Owner of New York?
From the upper Bronx down to the Battery. Take it from the poor, sell it to the rich.
Who the hell will rid me of the son of a bitch?
Everybody's favorite landlord. Come on in and pop the cork.
Everybody raise a glass to everybody's horse's ass. Everybody raise a glass to Donald Trump, the owner of New York. Hey, work.
I don't believe it. This is not the same guy.
Last guy, let me tell you something. He was my brother-in-law. He's out with a glandular condition, and my sister never even knew he had glands.
You know, I can't believe you've been in the same job for 2,050 years.
That's me, sweetheart. The one and only original 2,050-year-old financial writer. I was there when Bob Moses built Broadway. I was there when the buttonwood tree was in a flower pot. And I was there when there were real maidens on Maiden Lane.
What was the most corrupt firm back then?
You talking lawyers or just semi-pro?
Whatever.
It was the biggest firm in the New World. It was Van Cortlandt, Van Stuyvesant, Van Rensselaer, and Regan.
Regan? How'd he get in there?
He was a big shot, let me tell you. He was in charge of all of the potato accounting.
Potatoes?
Yeah, potatoes. Back then, who knew from dollars? We traded stocks in potatoes. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4.
Yeah, well, Van Rensselaer and all those guys.
Yeah,
I want to know, were they bullish on America?
Nah. It was a Dutch firm. I told you, they were on Heineken on America. All day long, they sat in the back of the stock exchange, drinking beer. Then they went to Water Street. That's how it got its name.
No, but what I mean is, did you have bull and bear markets back then?
No. We couldn't get such big animals on the boat. If the market was going up, it was our goose market. If the market was going down, it was our turkey market.
What about bear raids?
Aye, did we have bear raids? With real bears. They could claw your pantaloons off. Not to mention the wolves and the Indians.
I thought the Indians were in Cleveland.
We didn't have towns like Cleveland in those days. Thank God.
So tell me, back in those days, did you cover specific industries?
Oh, did I cover specific industries? I was a transportation expert. Oh. I covered all the big 18th century transportation issues, like the Lexington Avenue subway.
I didn't know it was that old.
It was here when I got here. It'll be here when I'm gone. Only when I got here, it was above the ground. It just slowly sank until it was a subway. Old man Stuyvesant, I'll tell you, he got stuck with a load of Lexington Avenue subway commercial paper. Sold to some guy named Gus Levy. Some people never learn.
But didn't they have an SEC back then?
We had an SEC. Schmidt, Edelweiss, and Cohen. They were into everything. They floated the Staten Island ferry issue.
No. I mean, a federal agency that regulates stock trading, checks into brokers' finances, prevents fraud.
What's the matter? You crazy or something?
Spoke of me, mentioned my name. Each day they called to me, that was fame. And then I went away, but now I'm home. The phantom of the stock exchange is here, no more to roam. Has seen my face, my voice they hear. When they do seek me out, I disappear. I watch them lie and cheat and know I'm home. The phantom of the stock exchange is here, no more to roam. Phantom of the stock exchange is back, no more to roam. The phantom of the stock exchange is here. Regards from Hack.
My God, it's Keith Funston!
In London, in Paris, in Tokyo, in Rome, high finance is the order of the day.
But bankers and brokers much closer to home, a legion of newsmakers leads the day. The world's a giant marketplace for all, but nothing beats the gang at Rod and Wall. There's no business like your business, like no business we know. Everything about it is appalling. Scandals, scams, and shysters on a spree. Every nook and alleyway is crawling with hotshots hauling those big fat fees. There's no people like street people when there's money to blow. You made a play in futures that was sure to win. Now your margins are wearing thin. You'll still be a mention, take it on the chin. Let's go on with the show.
The wheeling, the dealing, the banks that go bust from Texas to Ohio to LA.
The real estate swindles that took Granny's trust can't hold a candle to insider plays. Pardon me, but Gotham's got 'em beat. Where crime does pay, and brother, ain't it sweet? There's no writers like us, writers who